Welcome back to the Daily Fantasy Podcast. I'm Richard Thomas. It's good to see you guys again. Last night we went 2 for 3 on our picks for our bets, and tonight we have our DFS picks, FanDuel and DraftKings, coming at you shortly. To sign up for our sports bets, continue on this video, and you'll see more about that. We're at 75% this week, 6 for 8 on our picks. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about what you're going to do tonight.
Tonight's slate, it's 4 games, so limited options for us to choose from. With that being said, we have Ketel Marte, second baseman, outfielder for DraftKings, second baseman for FanDuel. On FanDuel, he's 3,900, DraftKings 5,500. Now, I don't recommend taking him in DraftKings because of the salary. But I think at 3,900, he's still less than Trea Turner. I think that's a solid option for you in FanDuel. Pretty nice. I could take it. The big thing here is that Marte had 7 hits in Arizona's sweep of San Francisco, at San Francisco as well. Same place we'll be playing today. His career average at Oracle Park is 375 with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs in 15 games. So I'm liking him tonight. He's back to infielding duty. He won't be in the outfield for the game, presumably. So I think he's going to be getting some action, get his feet under him, and he might be a nice pick for you tonight. Moving on. Trea Turner, shortstop for Washington. His FanDuel salary is $4,100, and DraftKings salary is $5,000. He's somewhat expensive here, but there's not a lot to like in shortstop tonight. And I think that Trea Turner, if you're looking for a position to just snag the top guy, I think Trea Turner's your guy. I think he's pretty solid against Miami here. He's been solid the last few games. He's been hitting double digits the last few games for sure. So you're going to get he has a high floor, which is what we look for here in a night like this. So moving on to our next guy, who is strictly a matchup guy, who's had, I think, 3 at-bats, and he's had a home run. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. So kind of a speculative play here at $3,000 on FanDuel and $3,900 on DraftKings. So Ramon Laureano for Oakland, as that corner infield guy at first base, he's my apologies, outfield. And he will be looking to get some action here. I mean, he's going to be low owned, so you could potentially throw this guy in there and hope that he does something with, your other options, your other lineups that you decide to pick with, or your other stacks. We also have David Peralta, outfielder for Arizona. I like the stack here with Arizona, with Marte. 3,500 on FanDuel for Peralta. 3,500 on FanDuel, 4,200 on DraftKings. With Peralta, I've come across this statistic here that with the double in the first inning, and then he singled, and then he was brought in to score the run, he's been killing it with men on base. He's hitting 344 with men on base, and he upped that up to 382 with his last performance. So he typically, he's batting. You're gonna say he's batting about 3 or 4 in the order, and he's gonna have guys on base tonight. Preferably, San Francisco is a small ball type park, so we're looking at Arizona to try to string some hits together, and I think Peralta can be the guy to drop the hammer. And I think Marte will be one of those guys that's on base or could also hit Peralta in depending on the lineup. configuration here. And then to end it, we have Khris Davis from Oakland. Now, he's 3,400 on FanDuel. I don't know if you guys know this, but he was over 4,000 for a long time for his career. So, you got to love the situation with Khris Davis. He's now at 3,400. I can't complain because he's been on and off this year, but he's been more so off lately and out of the lineup. So I like him tonight. I think this is the night that he far exceeds his value, hits a home run, and we're feeling great. I think he let us down last night, and I think this is the night where he gives it back to us. So stick with him tonight. And the main slate will start at 7:10. So keep that in mind. And our stack of the night is the Dodgers at Colorado. For obvious reasons, they're playing at Colorado. Dodgers can potentially stream some runs here. The pitcher for Colorado is his ERA is up over, I believe, over 4.5. So, we're thinking the Dodgers can score a lot of runs here. Colorado may score runs, or we're not really sure here with Walker Buehler pitching, but I think the Dodgers will do a lot of the scoring here. And the over/under is 11.5 runs. So the highest scoring game of the night. I like the Dodgers with their pitcher, Walker Buehler. Lock that one up. If you're doing multiple entries and you want to use some of my other guys, go for it. But I like the Dodgers as well. So moving on to our pitchers. So with that 4-game slate, it's tough to pick a lot of pitchers here. We have two guys that you could pretty much guarantee are going to do okay tonight. More specifically, Strasburg. I really like Strasburg here against Miami. He's 10,400 on FanDuel, 11,900 on DraftKings. And this Marlins team has just been beaten by Washington this whole series. So I'd like to say that with our picks that we've made, our live picks and our picks for the night, our parlays of the day, we picked Washington. We've gone 2 for 2. So I'm looking at 3 for 3 potentially tonight. And with that being said, Strasburg has to show up. And, I'm looking at his stats here. He had one clunker of 12 against Arizona in his 2 starts ago. Other than that, he hasn't had one score below 24. He's expensive as hell, but you're going to get good numbers from him. His floor is probably is in the high 20s, I'd say. So you're looking at a good start from Strasburg here against a lowly Miami team. He got 67 on FanDuel against Miami at Miami on April 21st. So his last start against Miami, he destroyed them. 8 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, pitched a 2-hitter, got the W. So, hey, lock up Strasburg. If you're looking for a guy that you want to put all your money into, especially in cash games, I don't know about tournaments, but he's a lock. You're going to get good numbers from him tonight, and I think that he should hit his value. I think without a doubt in my mind. All right, moving on. We have Walker Buehler for the Dodgers against Colorado, or at Colorado, which I know scares people. But at 9,600 for FanDuel, 8,900 on DraftKings, I like Walker Buehler tonight. He, looking at the matchups, a lot of the guys that he's playing against haven't done well against him for Colorado. There's about 4 guys I saw that are not hitting well against him. So keep that in mind. Colorado just played San Francisco, and that slowed them down a bit. Slows their pace down a little bit, and potentially the Dodgers could stretch this game out and just completely, I think, could just beat Colorado. Could be a high-scoring affair. I did say before that the Dodgers could be a big stack tonight, which means that could be a high-scoring game. But I think the Dodgers do the majority of the scoring. I don't know about it going over if that's the case, but I just see it as a chance for Walker Buehler to just shut down Colorado in Colorado. So, you're going to get some people who are skeptical there. So he's definitely going to be less owned than Strasburg, but, tread lightly, though, because it is at Colorado, and we always like to keep that in the back of our minds. It's scary. But make sure you're sure. Do some research. Use some of my picks here and do some research of your own. Make your own opinions. That's how you get it done. Next, we have Alex Young for Arizona against San Francisco. At San Francisco, 5,500 on FanDuel, 6,300 on DraftKings. Obviously, this is a value guy who, if you could put him in your lineup, you could get basically the best hitters of the night. You could mix and match with all the great hitters for tonight, and you're probably gonna get low. Alex Young's probably gonna be low owned. I don't know how low owned because of the smaller slate, but there's a good chance that he's gonna be one of the lowest owned tonight, if not the lowest. So he's playing in San Francisco. San Francisco is notoriously a low-scoring park. San Francisco has not been playing well in that park. I think Buster Posey's 0 for 8 in their last meetings against Arizona. So we like the matchup here. Alex Young for what you're getting here at that price. If he just doesn't give up 7 runs, gives you 5 innings, gets you 5 strikeouts, he's gonna hit his value, and you're gonna get all those guys in your lineups for the rest of the night. So, of course, he's a speculative guy. I'm only saying I only added him to the list because he needed some more depth here, even though it's a small slate of only 4 games. But hey, I think these are your top pitchers for the night. I think you're gonna get great value out of some of them, and you're gonna move on and use some of our hitters, mix and match here. And you're gonna win some money, I think, tonight. I think it's one of those nights where if you hit it, you're gonna hit it big. And if you do hit it big, you may be splitting with some people. But hey, if you take a guy like Alex Young, he might not be. So remember that shit. All right, guys. For more information, keep watching. We got promos for you. Good luck.
You could receive access to expert picks every day during baseball season. Our parlay of the day gets you 3 picks each day. We also offer live betting advice on YouTube Live and Patreon. You could also sign up by clicking the Patreon link below. If you sign up in the next week on rtsportsbets.com and use the promo code MLB22, that's MLB22, you'll receive 50% off on your order. Follow us on social media as well. Our Twitter handle is @sportsbets_DFS, and our Instagram page is bet_on_rich.